Last night, Ak decided to do a segment on his stream where he is going over some of the public response to the Drake allegations. I watched some of it, and I went back, and I started recording, and I left it playing. So I've got 40 minutes of it here, because I just wanted to make sure he didn't delete it or anything, because it's pretty bad. He goes over a bit of Matt and Shane's secret podcast, where they talk about Drake. And then he watches the Aber and Preach video that just came out. And it is it is one of the most depressing streams I've ever seen. We're going to watch, I've called it on Streamable here. You can see Big Axe, Big Night In is the name of the video. Because he is absolutely, the liquor is flowing, okay? Ak is, he drinks his feelings away in this stream. It's pretty amazing to watch. And you can just see him, like, get increasingly uncomfortable. I don't know if he deleted the VOD. I just wanted to make sure that even if he did, I had this. So this is great. This is amazing. It just gets worse and worse. It goes on, obviously. Because he's just getting more and more drunk and trying to stumble through defenses of Drake while watching the Aber and Preach video. It's amazing. We're going to watch it. Let's just start.
I should watch Aber and Preach? What are they talking about? Are they still dissing Fresh and Fit? Nigga, every time I open their videos, nigga, it's like a Fresh and Fit reaction channel, bro. Oh, they blind date different shit. They talking about Drake now? Okay.
We'll move the quiggler so you can see the chat.
Today's topic is Drake a predator. Obviously, we'll talk about the beef in general at some point, but I want to talk about this specifically because initially Kendrick called him.
Aren't these guys from Toronto or like Canada too? Yo, Drake, man, you gonna have to. I ain't gonna lie. Yo, Drake gonna have to get on some real bad boy thing real soon, man. Like, yo, everybody's playing with his name. Like, yo.
Oh. Okay. The Jamaican there is just crazy. It's the way I've never seen like black people code switch into other types of black people before, but that's fucking nuts. All right. Okay.
They're playing with Drake's name out here like there's no repercussions.
Certified lover boy, certified Peter. And he was talking about his crew, how there's a lot of them who are doing this. And now Drake took 3 days, right? At first, all he did.
No. No, let me play that. Let me play that clip. I didn't finish playing it, right?
That's common. Maybe. It sounds so forced when Ak does it, though. I don't know. It just does not come off naturally at all.
Now that me and Friday talk, I actually do think it was bullshit, right? But, yo, the Shane Gillis actually talked about it. Look. He talked about it for a good, 5 minutes. Let me finish playing this, and I'll play the Ob and Preach it.
Boy, the next day, I haven't had the heart to reply.
So you're getting good info that he's fucking...
Birdman did not supply me with that info. It's just a separate story. Separate breaking
never
news.
accused the Birdman.
Separate on the ticker. Also on the ticker. drunk texted Birdman. He replied. I didn't reply because I'm ashamed.
What?
Yeah, bro.
Trump texted the Birdman?
No. I did.
I was like, what the fuck's going on?
Drunk texted.
Oh,
I got hammered and I was like, dude, let's see if Birdman will FaceTime us.
Oh, that's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
I can't believe I fucking chipped a tooth, though.
You're calling for people to fight. You're calling for people to take him down, dude.
Drizzy Drake?
Yeah.
Nah, I love Drake.
Really?
I hate to see him.
You defend
I like Drake.
a pederast.
But
how young?
I don't think he's a pedophile. He just
like,
likes young girls.
Okay, how young? Again.
Post-pedophile.
So, look, already, this is, pretty light. This is actually, this isn't too bad. They're like, you said you defend a pederast? And the guy's like, oh, no, I don't think he's a pedophile. He just likes young girls. But already Ak is just not fucking happy with it. You can just see his fucking face. He is not.
Oh, 17.
Ah, dude, that's called a pedophile, bro.
No, it's not.
Now, chat, let me ask you a question. Is there... Do people actually like 17-year-olds? I think... If somebody say
what is this? Already, what is he talking about? Do people actually like 17-year-olds? What do you mean by that, Ak? What do you mean by do people actually like 17-year-olds? What are you...
Okay, how young? Again.
Post-pedophile, 17.
Ah, dude, that's called a pedophile, bro.
No, it's not.
Now, chat. Let me ask you a question. Like, is there do people actually like 17-year-olds? Like, I think if somebody say like 17-year-olds, they probably just like really young kids. They're just saying 17, right?
You reckon? Do you think that, Ak? Is that what you think? Is that what you think, Ak? Is that what you think, Ak? You're a Drake fan, aren't you? You think that if someone says they like 17-year-olds, they actually just like even younger. So what would you say about a line maybe that said something to the effect of high school photos, you was even bad then? What would you think of like a line like that?
Pedophile. Pedophile's like pre-pubescent. Pedophile's
Okay.
Yeah.
You got the guy with that itch. You don't think he's maybe going to Thailand and being like, whoa, I didn't know.
I think he's on that Kells tip.
Kells went like 13, 12.
All right, well, that's a little young.
Kells dated Aaliyah, bro.
Kells is a little young.
Married Aaliyah.
You're telling me Drake is fucking JoJo Siwa?
I think Drake is
JoJo Siwa is like an 8-year-old pop sensation.
I think Drizzy Drake likes him young.
Youngsters.
Right around that.
So you're allowed to fucking 7? What's the point of 18? Why does everyone...
They just picked that number.
You think he like...
Dude, Ak was buddying up with Takeshi 6ix9ine for how long? He caught a fucking charge for messing around with kids. Wake up, Tobby. Yeah. Bug, this is so funny, man. This is like literally, this is some of the most fun I've had watching a stream, seeing Ak go through this.
Does his tour and like how
I think they had like screenshots of him
coming back to Texas again.
Yeah. A very specific date.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, it's just
like Texas. I think
birthday.
Texas 16 is
Texas
like,
is young.
So I think this was a thing, wasn't it? Weren't there a bunch of posts about Drake, like hitting up girls, getting told they were 17 and then hitting them up the next year, like the same girl?
Young, dude.
Yeah, Texas is like whatever.
I'm young down there. Speaking of, I'll be in Texas at the end of this month. Any 17-year-olds want to come out to my shows?
So, dude, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I have a good theory on Drizzy Drake. He's getting brought down, bro.
You think so?
No doubt. That's gonna be a big one. It's gonna be a sad day, dude.
You think so?
I'm gonna be sad on that one.
I mean, if he goes a full R. Kelly route,
I think he's.
You think
going
R. Kelly disappeared and talked to Drizzy?
Yeah,
He vanished, dude. He vanished. R. Kelly evaded the authorities.
Kells is going to be like, you know, at the end of Star Wars when Luke sees those ghosts? Drake's
rubbing his face. He's not happy.
There's going to be like a hologram Cosby, a hologram fucking Kells.
Jackson.
Louis will be jerking off as a ghost.
Jackson, too.
Jackson will be in there. Just like, oh. Yeah, Drizzy's going to... I don't know. Do you have any other pedophiles, you think?
I don't. I mean,
do you have anybody you'd like to allege?
No, man. I can't think of anyone that I think's a pedophile besides Drake. Now I'm pretty fucking sure about that. But
he has a song with, I don't know. He has like songs that people think are about. There's this chick named Georgia. I forget how fucking young she is.
Who's Georgia? Georgia Smith Drake.
It was 31 and 20 when they were dating, and they met 4 years earlier, right? Is that correct? I believe so, right?
We could have waited. I wasn't rushing. Different in ages. You're old enough, but you're still a baby. What the heck is this? Wasn't Georgia Smith like a singer or some shit? Huh?
Well, he married a porn star. Or not married. He didn't he like
impregnated like a stripper or a porn star, yeah.
There was a French porn star. That was the one they made fun of him for. The Pusha T made fun of him for.
Wait, Jaded is about Georgia Smith? Nah, Jaded is fire.
No, that grooming song,
Jaded is
fire. No, that song about grooming that teenager,
this
fire.
Chick's 22. She was born in 97, and Drake was like in like 16, so like 4 years ago he was talking to her.
Wait, what?
She's 22 now.
He was talking to her 4 years
She just
ago?
turned 22. He was talking to her. Yeah, they had like a song together in 2016.
Dude, I think also too he came up in like child star stuff. So I think it's like you can.
So yeah, she was 20 in 2020. Was that? What's the timeline on this Georgia Smith stuff? Did we look into this one yesterday? Georgia Smith Drake timeline.
Come up on a different world with that shit.
Yeah, he had.
It's like, dude, if you're a child star,
Yeah, I can't find the
definitely
timeline.
have like 30-year-old.
So I read it right up for this one. Probably means it's not that strong. Shane Gillis is on some bad info here.
Ladies blowing you and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if you're a celebrity and a kid, that's celebrity mojo. Like a girl's not gonna not suck your dick because you're like 14. She's gonna do it. So
damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm definitely getting hit.
He's had some weird experiences.
For
Child star, yeah, you got to remember that.
Corey Fell, all those dudes.
He
man.
is coming off child star. Now all of a sudden he's like a hardcore rapper.
Which is
post child,
post child star.
Weird times. Drake's got to be going through a lot of weird. Yeah, you really don't think about how fucked up and weird that guy must be.
I mean, dude, it's got to be.
Meanwhile, Kanye West is still the best.
Killing it.
Kanye came up traditional as far as rappers are concerned.
Yeah.
This was all over it.
It was ultimately fruitful. That's what I was like, what are you thinking about right now? I'm like, well, Drake's a pedophile. I'm like, there we go.
Yeah,
now we're fucking talking.
Here's some news. No, just gay traveling. Got a lot of.
Oh, I think that was it. I think homie
Oh man,
was just talking shit though. Real talk. I think it was just popping shit.
Fucking gay.
All right. Anyway.
Did respond to the fake allegation of the child, and he went, "Oh, I don't have."
All right, this is where it really goes downhill. Watching Aberrant preach, this is the biggest mistake Ak made like all fucking night. And watch the chat as well. The chat is entertaining. It is just so much defend it, Ak, defend it, Ak, defend it, Ak, just all the time, and he just starts stressing.
I have no kid. If somebody could find them, and then it was like, so that's what you respond to, but you don't respond to the kiddo stuff. And then on his latest track, he talked about it. It's so funny to me because I think he thought this reply track was going to be good, but all it did was dig his hole. He said, "Speaking of anything with a child, let's get to that now. The Epstein angle was the shit that I expected." Why would you expect that? Oh yeah, the internet don't play. So how about we start the one that he brought up out of nowhere for no reason?
Miley Bobby Brown.
Let's say y'all got a 14-year-old daughter. She talking about a man in his late 20s this way. What y'all think?
What about your relationship with Drake? Tell me about your friendship. How did this all come about?
I love him. I met him in Australia, and he's honestly so fantastic and a great friend and a great role model. You know, we just texted each other the other day, and he was like, "I miss you so much." I was like, "I miss you more." He's coming to Atlanta, so I'm definitely going to go and see him. I'm so excited. Yeah.
What advice does he give you? Like, what does he say?
About boys. He helps me.
What?
Yeah. He's great. He's wonderful. I love him.
What's his advice with boys?
You know, that stays in the text messages.
So he out here texting 14-year-olds saying, "I miss you so much."
It's so crazy. And like, let's just watch Ak's reaction here.
What about your relationship with Drake? Tell me about your friendship. How did this all come about?
I love him. I met him in Australia, and he's honestly so fantastic and a great friend
See
and
the
a
chat.
great role model. You know, we just texted each other the other day, and he was like, "I miss you so much." I was like, "I miss you more." He's coming to Atlanta, so I'm definitely going to go and see him. I'm so excited. Yeah.
What advice does he give you? Like, what does he say?
About boys. He helps me.
What?
Yeah. He's great. He's wonderful. I love
What's
him.
his advice with boys?
You know, that stays in the text messages.
So he out here texting 14-year-olds saying, "I miss you so much," and texting them about dating and boys. Does that sound like professional development?
Weirdo behavior, you, SMH.
Like, I'm not even copping no type plea or nothing like that for Drake, but like, this is a little white girl. I'm pretty sure Drake don't even text like that, bro. Like, we've seen some of Drake's texts. Like, she's just probably.
I don't think Drake texts like that. What do you mean? Doesn't text like what? The "I miss you"? Drake 100% texts like that. What the fuck are you talking about?
Just paraphrasing what maybe the sentiment was. I don't know. Like, do you really think Drake is texting like a 14-year-old like that? Oh, I really miss you. I don't know.
Yes, I do really. Yes, people do really think that. Yes, Ak.
What are you professionally developing her in? Certified lover boy, certified people. She's a producer. Little C, she produced for Drake.
Okay, so the Drake thing. You met him. When did you first meet him?
This whole chat. Yes. Question mark. Oh man, dude, I love this shit.
So I played basketball, right? So he really was a fan of or not
Ack, you wildin'.
fan, supported one of my teammates
Ack, Stevie Wonder.
At the time. And
this is when you're in high school?
Yeah, in
Okay.
high school. So he was a fan of women's basketball, high school basketball.
At the time, Drake would have been 29.
He's a big fan of high school women's basketball.
If you say it like that, yeah, it doesn't sound wrong. What ABBA is saying is if you're a man in your late whatevers, you can't be fans of no young woman things. You can't. It don't look good. No matter how, hold on, no matter how, if something happened or since something doesn't happen, if someone has something to say, it's just not gonna look good. And that's a fact. It's just not gonna look good.
I'm not saying it don't look good. I'm just saying he likes hanging around teenage girls. That's it. That's it. Now, I remember a time where Michael Jackson couldn't breathe without people calling him pedo.
It's not the same thing. It was not just the Neverland. It was all the allegations. It was not just the Neverland. It was the allegation of smoking Jesus juice, of drinking Jesus juice and sleeping in the same bed. We're, I believe, a bit miles apart. I was just supporting. There was nothing sexual that was said and everything and stuff. I don't want to be someone that defends, but let's stick to the facts here.
Okay, so let me ask you. Let's stick to the facts, right?
Go ahead.
Your daughter's texting, 14-year-old daughter's texting a 29-year-old man dating advice.
Yep.
They talk about they miss each other. The fact is he didn't do nothing that we can prove.
That's correct.
What you doing?
What you doing?
What you doing about your 14-year-old?
You're 100% right. Okay. You have no business.
It's not like I'm doing conjecture about something. There's no world I know of where a 14-year-old is
and then he just goes for the bottle.
14-year-old.
You're apart. I was just supporting. There was nothing sexual that was said and everything and stuff. I don't want to be someone that defends, but let's stick to the facts here.
Okay, so let me ask you. Let's stick to the facts, right?
Go ahead.
So, ABBA, so stick to the facts.
Your
what
daughter's texting, 14-year-old daughter's texting a 29-year-old man dating advice.
Yep.
They talk about they miss each other. The fact is he didn't do nothing that we can prove.
That's correct.
What you doing?
So the moment ABBA gives this hypothetical of how would you feel if you had a 14-year-old daughter who was texting a 29-year-old man about dating advice, and Ack immediately reaches for the bottle.
About your 14-year-old?
You're 100% right. Okay. You have no business.
It's not like I'm doing conjecture about something. There's no world I know of where a 14-year-old is texting a 29-year-old saying, I miss you so much, and texting them about dating advice with boys.
I can understand that. But the same way, if it was a boy, it wouldn't be the same thing. Because in the eyes of the world, it's not really the same thing.
Listen, sorry, no. If my 14-year-old son is texting a 29-year-old, they talk about each other, I'm thinking something sexual is going on. Absolutely.
I'm mad at you.
Yeah, and I think most parents would at home too. There is no time or place a 14-year-old is texting a 29-year-old woman, I miss you, and someone not thinking it's sexual.
Cap. These dudes be alright sometimes, but sometimes they be trying to be too woke, man.
Cap, and they're being too woke. They're being too woke. I thought usually it was supposed to be that you call someone woke. Like the woke people, they're meant to call the woke people the groomers, aren't they? They're meant to call say the woke people want to fuck with the kids. That's what the line's meant to be, isn't it? Ack, I thought that's isn't it?
Year-old woman, I miss you, and someone not thinking it's sexual.
Cap. These dudes be alright sometimes, but sometimes they be trying to be too woke, man. Bro, it looks weird because it's a girl, duh. But if it's a dude that was a content creator,
that is chat.
And they told their
bro,
mom,
stop. Someone says facts. Bro said cap, but it's not cap.
Drake. They're not thinking Drake is trying to
Ack,
fuck.
stop, cap, cope. Ack, stop.
Their son. Like, they're not gonna think it's weird at all.
Too woke.
Obviously,
woke. Huh?
You know, I mean, just generally, like you have to protect women, especially young adults. And they told their mom, "I'm texting Drake." They're not thinking Drake is trying to fuck their son.
Look, and he has to change it to son. He has to change it to son. Ack, if Drake was confirmed gay, then you could use the son example. Because the point is, he's got motivation to exploit them. He's sexually interested in the person he's talking to.
Like, they're not going to think it's weird at all. Obviously, you know, I mean, just generally, like, you have to protect women, especially young girls.
Yeah, but Drake's only out here talking to daughters.
So that's why you would probably derive those thoughts with a woman. But if it was a son, especially unless it was completely random, if you have a son that's not.
You are slow as fuck. Keep drinking. Stop.
Not in entertainment.
Oh god.
That doesn't do anything that could be of similar interest or whatever to what Drake does, and Drake just DMs your 14-year-old son. I get it. That is weird, right? Like, yo, this guy's not even a public figure. Yeah, you're probably trying to fuck him, right? But if it's a son that's a YouTuber or a streamer and Drake messages them, I don't think you would think Drake's trying to fuck him.
And they talk about dating all the time.
I'm mad at that.
That's not a gender thing.
I'm mad at that.
Now you might say we might take one more seriously, sure, but there's no doubt that we would. There's no doubt that nobody would see that age difference and think that's weird. Okay, all right.
We're good.
Okay, so now we got that. We got him taking a lot of interest. And here's the thing. I'm going to say something. It's not just that this dude really follows or he's supportive of high school basketball teams. He starts following these girls. He starts contacting them. What business do you have contacting these young women outside of just being supported at the game? It's not like he was just in the stands. No, he can't do that. But let's keep watching.
Unless you're relatives. But even then.
Violent Smoker, I can only assume you're trolling given how retarded everything you say is, but it seems like you engage seriously in Smugbug's server, so I just can't quite. Like, are you just mentally disabled? Like, what's going on here? You were the one that came in, like, bitching about the Katie Bug stuff, right? Yeah, he is a Smugbug server regular user. I know. Yeah, it's like all like, yeah. I mean, I think this is just like a genuine retard. I can't see any other way of reading it.
And that could be like fishy.
Oh, I wrote Drake would get the WNBA out of debt if it was full of teenagers. That's foul. Drake would get the WNBA out of debt if it was full of teenagers. But that's a fact. Yeah, you want to solve it? Put the young girls in, get Drake to be the face of the franchise. And it won't be Drake just like MJ just dunking. It won't be that. It'll just be Drake hiding behind the sheets.
It's not dunking like that. It's dunking like that.
And it's just some 14-year-old pigtails or some shit and a high school uniform. Why? Anyway,
imagine that on shoes. Oh shit, is that the new Air Gok Gok?
The Air Pedos? Yeah, the Air Pedos.
I was her teammate, so he followed me because of her. And I was like, oh shit, bitch, you got Drake to follow me? Like,
hey, I think this video is kind of dangerous too. And also, I think these two...
So, this is great.
Some shit and a high school uniform. Why? Anyway,
imagine that on shoes. Oh shit, is that the new Air Gok Gok?
The Air Pedos?
Yeah, just absolutely hitting the like
so he followed me because of her.
So much
and I
in
was
there.
like, oh shit, bitch, you got Drake to follow me? Like,
hey, I think this video is kind of dangerous too.
Yo, man, this video is kind of dangerous, man. Abba and Preacher might like get Drake killed. They might get Drizzy killed, yo. Abba's gonna get Drizzy killed with videos like this, man.
Yeah, the Air Pedos.
I was her teammate, so he followed me because of her. And I was like, oh shit, bitch, you got Drake to follow me? Like,
hey, I think this video is kind of dangerous too. And also, I think these two individuals just did some shit on Fresh and Fit. Now, I know they be beefing with Fresh and Fit. I don't know what type of beef, but they got some type of beef. They just did some shit, and I guess because of their hatred for Fresh and Fit, they had like some chick on there, right? Wilding, talking about all type of allegations and calling one of the hosts of Fresh and Fit was Fresh, all type of shit. Come to find out, Shorty was like big capping. You know what I mean? Like Shorty was, trying to finesse. And they made probably 8 videos on it, made a shit ton of money from it. And then I think they were like, like they didn't even apologize. It was just like, whatever. That's why I think some of these videos is because these videos are a little bit
Thank you for the 5 gifted, Truth Wizard. It's like, the video's right there. You can watch it yourself. You can look into these things yourself. It's not like they're presenting, it's not like an interview with Daisy where you can't necessarily fact check all of it. He did a couple of videos, didn't he? I thought. Abbott and Preach. They did like 4 or 5 videos on it, I think.
Like, they didn't even apologize. It was just like, whatever. That's why I think some of these videos is because these videos are a little bit destructive because people see the accusation. They don't really be seen when you're like, oh no, here's the real facts. Because now we've gotten more information or whatever the case is. People don't really get to see that. Or they don't put enough energy in that.
like, what the hell? Like, that's so crazy.
Oh my
So
God.
he followed me, and I lost it. I'm like, I have to meet Drake. Like, I love Drake. I've always loved Drake, still love Drake. So basically, yeah, he followed me. Maybe a year later is when I built up the confidence to like message him on like some working stuff, because I was 18 when I messaged him. And I DM'd.
Yeah, this keeps getting muddled because she said she was in college by the time she messaged Drake. That may be true, that she messaged him at 18 and she was in college at that time, but she had been followed by him a year earlier. She said she had been followed by him a year earlier, and she said she was in high school basketball, and she said Drake was following high school basketball, and she said her friend was followed by Drake because of high school basketball. It's like so clear. There's no room for misinterpretation in this clip. And then afterwards, she goes, oh, people just twisting it. It was actually in college. It's like, huh? What? That's not what you said the first. Now you've just changed it. You've changed it completely.
And I'm like, hey,
He knows what the f he's doing. Why is he following her on Instagram? For what reason? Just to be clear, I'm saying this because this is not just conjecture. I don't care who this is from, irrespective of the beef. This dude is a straight up weirdo, certified. Call it like it is.
I like the fact that certified has become the man version of period.
Yeah. He said, I never looked twice at no teenager. Only fucking with Whitney's, not Millie Bobby Brown's. I never looked twice at no teenager.
Started when footage from a 2010 Drake concert began circulating the internet. Footage where a 23-year-old Drake invites a girl from the crowd on stage, dances with her, smells her hair, massages her shoulders, puts his arms around her, and then starts to kiss her neck.
So Ak just fucking looking down the whole time. Ak has not seen shit. Stevie Wonder Ak over here, totally blind. How old are you? Fucking head goes down, totally hiding.
Drake walks away.
It's not looking good, bruv.
Shout out to Castillo.
Defend it, Ak. Defend it, Ak. Defend it.
Well, listen, 17. I had fun. I don't know if I should feel guilty or not, but I had fun. I like the way your breast feel against my chest. I just want to thank you.
It is a sickness of the highest order. Huh? It is deviant, therefore we don't want it. Huh?
You know what I think is funny?
Papaya. This one is lost, my friend. He has done it on camera.
You know what I like about this shit is that you're the Ugandan Shazam. The minute I say "stuck up for life," and boom, you turn into it.
And you guys remember one of his associates, Little Baca, was referenced a few times in Kendrick's song, saying he's a predator or whatever.
The same year, Drake would post on Instagram, celebrating the release of Baca Not Nice, a rapper, friend, and member of Drake's record label, OVO, following a stint in jail for allegedly forcing a 22-year-old woman into prostitution, a weapons charge, and human trafficking. The now deleted post read, "Something in the air today, a lot of good things happening at once, but this one means the most. Been waiting 11 months, Baca finally home."
I just wonder if he was also banging his girl while he was in jail.
Wow.
Remember when he said that shit about Wayne?
Wayne? Yeah.
You know that happened, right? Wayne confirmed.
Damn, these niggas hate Drake.
Yeah, so just to be clear, people like, oh, Kendrick just...
That's his response to this clip. Wow, these guys really hate... They really hate this guy that was like 29 macking on a 17-year-old, not 29, like 25 or something, macking on a 17-year-old on stage. Wow, they really hate this guy.
Deleted post read, "Something in the air today, a lot of good things happening at once, but this one means the most. Been waiting 11 months, Baca finally home."
I just wonder if he was also banging his girl while he was in jail.
Wow.
Remember when he said that shit about Wayne?
Wayne? Yeah.
You know that happened, right? Wayne confirmed.
Damn, these niggas hate Drake.
Yeah, so just to be clear, people like, oh, Kendrick just spread rumors. No, a lot of what Kendrick said is actually verifiable and provable. He did smash Wayne's girl while he was in jail.
Well, he wasn't there.
A year later, in May of 2016, 29-year-old Drake was spotted eating dinner with 18-year-old Hailey Bieber in West Hollywood. Due to their allegedly flirty interaction and Drake wearing a matching H necklace, rumors of them dating began circulating, with Entertainment Tonight even alleging that the two hooked up at Drake's Memorial Day party. However, during this time, Hailey did an interview with E! News, revealing that she'd known Drake for around 4 years at this point, meaning that a 25-year-old Drake first met Hailey when she was just 14.
Another 14-year-old? Another 14-year-old? You going on dinner dates with her when she hit 18 in public? Another 14-year-old? How many more y'all need? Let's keep watching.
Because you got more?
A now 32-year-old Drake released a song titled Nice for What, featuring the line, "High school pics, you was even bad then." 3 months later, on July 22nd.
I'm sorry, bro. That's crazy. No, that dude is a little twisted monster.
Later that month, Drake would release a song titled Jaded, featuring the line, "We coulda waited. I wasn't Russian. Differences in ages, you're old enough, but you're still a baby."
Self-snitching. Just a reference, you're saying that no parents would let their daughter, they would think it's weird. She said like, oh, okay, I guess it's real, and kept on driving. So just to go back on what you were saying that no parents would have let that shit happen. She did. She was driving and they were chatting in the back, and she said, oh, I guess this is weird.
What I said was very different. I said no parent would let their daughter talk to a 29-year-old man. What I didn't add to that caveat is if they're famous. Because famous people let their kids do weird shit.
Exactly.
Okay? Cool. That's a whole different thing.
Cool.
But to be clear, this is weird behavior irrespective of anyone. But I'm saying the kinds of people who put their kids in famous...
Man. What y'all want to watch, man? This
is weird behavior irrespective of anyone. But I'm saying the kinds of people who put their kids in famous...
Man. What y'all want to watch, man? Let's chill. Let me take a
Let's turn this off. Guys, you're bored of this, right? Let's turn this shit off. You're bored of this, right, guys? No, Ak, I want to keep watching,
anyone,
actually.
but I'm saying the kinds of people who put their kids in famous...
Man. What y'all want to watch, man? Let's chill. Let me take a couple shots.
Let me take a couple shots.
What y'all talking about? Bad Dom B. Thanks to 20 says you turned your super chat prices up. Nigga, I don't even know how to do that. That gotta be drill or somebody. I don't know how to do that. He said, but you don't read them because you're dick riding so bad. Even banned my other account from commenting. What's your other account? Your daughter could say Daddy Drake touched me and you wouldn't believe it. Why do I have to explain my disposition on this whole thing with Drake and an accusation of him liking underage women or being a pedophile? Let me calmly explain it again. I'm not of the position to want to convict people, even in the court of public opinion, of serious, heinous crimes when we don't have one victim. Anyone saying he did anything wrong.
He runs back. He's got the full coat
but
there.
you don't read. What are y'all talking about? Bad Dom B. Thanks to 20 says you turned your super chat prices up. Nigga, I don't even know how to do that. That gotta be drill or somebody. I don't know how to do that. He said, but you don't read them because you're dick riding so bad. Even banned my other account from commenting. What's your other account? Your daughter could say Daddy Drake touched me and you wouldn't believe it. Why do I have to explain my disposition on this whole thing with Drake and an accusation of him liking underage women or being a pedophile? Let me calmly explain it again. I'm not of the position to want to convict people, even in the court of public opinion, of serious, heinous crimes when we don't have one victim. anyone saying he did anything wrong. Yes, if you guys want to have conversations that don't deal with calling a nigga a pedophile, if you want to say, hey, if you want to pick out an instance and say, oh, this is kind of weird, that's fine. If you want me to sit here and agree with y'all that Drake is a sexual predator, I won't. Find me a victim. Raid them. Like, come on. Like, again, I can't agree with certain shit because I as a man, I just know the levity of what those accusations mean. And I know for those accusations.
So I just don't get what he's setting up here. Like, if a victim doesn't come out, there's no crime. Like, you could have, like, theoretically, you could literally have, like, a violent rape recorded on camera. And then the victim says, oh, no, it's fine. No, I'm not a victim. And then is Act gonna be like, well, we can't convict him in the court of public opinion. So, no, I've seen him violently rape someone. Like,
it becomes you're guilty until you prove yourself innocent. And it's already tough and fucked up enough when most of the times the people that get accused, they don't even get charged for shit. So what you want me to just call this nigga a sexual predator? If you want to point out certain instances, I told y'all. If you want to say, yo,
most of the time, people who are accused don't even get charged. So I should just not believe like video footage and verified events that happened.
Kind of weird. Cool. All right, I'll finish playing it. But
just beat the case.
Let your kids do a lot of weird, freaky shit.
That's why when you said that, I believe my face was kind of weird. I went,
yeah.
The Tates come up. He brings up the Tates.
Famous people.
Over the years, there's a lot of pictures of Drake wrapped around girls who are 18, 17. Do I think he's hit? Yes, I do. Now listen, you got no business talking to no goddamn teenager. Even if you did, you know better. You should know your managers and everybody around tell you, but they probably not because you're just into it that much. So all the stuff Kendrick was saying, it ain't lies. It ain't lies. And there's too many of these instances of this guy talking to... You know what I've never thought in all my years as a 30-year-old? Can I please talk to a teenager for extended periods of time?
Can I please talk?
Yeah, what's Ack's take on OJ?
Literal, like, one of my life goals is finding ways to talk to them as little as possible, okay? There is no time in my day that I'm like, man, I need a teenager around. You attention a teenager?
Somebody said in my chat, yo, Ack, oh, so you need like a R. Kelly tape for you to feel like that. No, I don't need actual, like, that level of proof that he's had. No. I mean, to be honest, I think if the majority of these women didn't come out and really clarify the nature of their relationship with him.
Oh, so now Ack's all about believing women. Oh, okay.
Like, a quick Google search, Drake, I believe there was one individual named Tia. She was the woman pictured on stage. She literally said, regarding the video that's going around, I was 17 back then. I'm now 31. This was a concert that my dad took me to back in high school. Drake's entourage actually picked me out from the crowd.
Here's something that's weird about. I watched Ack read this last night. Hey, something's weird about this to me. Do we know anything about this girl? Regarding the video that's going around, I was 17 back then, I'm 31 now. This was a concert my dad took me to back in high school. Drake's entourage actually picked me from the crowd of people, not Drake himself. By the way, performers always bring their fans on stage as part of their show. There's nothing then and still nothing now. Now that I've cleared up these false narratives, I'm going back to study for my law school exams. Wish me luck. What do you mean she's going back to study? She had to take a break from studying for this? 14 years later? What are you on about? What is this about? Is it... I just don't get it. Is there anything about it online? Well, I don't want to say 100% got paid off. It's just a weird thing to say, isn't it? I don't know.
Not Drake himself. She's kind of saying that to say Drake didn't
know
really
what the
know
timeline
how
is
old
on
I
it.
was, right? Again, I'm not copying and play. I'm just trying to, like, be fair, but some of y'all just want somebody to just be guilty as a motherfucker. So by the way,
I think she was implying she took time out of her busy, important schedule of studying law to address the silly rumors.
Way performers always bring up their fans on stage as part of the show. It was nothing then, it's still nothing now. Now that I have cleared up these false narratives, I'm going back to study for law school. Okay? Now, Lil Cece also put out she was the one that said that she was in Lil Cece Drake. She was the one that essentially here we go.
Playing with Drake. That's one. Two, y'all did not.
So this is a girl who gave the story on No Jumper. She then made a video basically saying that they're taking her out of context, that she did not mean or intend to mean Drake was creepy or Drake did anything with her. This is her own words. Again, y'all want to convict people of crimes but can't find a victim. You want to convict someone of murder but there ain't no body. Go find the victim. Go find these women that he allegedly fucked while they were underage, and we could have a whole different discussion.
I need y'all to stop playing with Drake. That's one. Two, y'all did not understand what I was trying to say at all. He's known my friend since she was at USC. I've known her since high school basketball, and that might be a part I didn't fully get into detail because it just...
Well, it's not that she didn't get into detail. She explicitly said the opposite. She said the opposite. She said, Drake is into high school basketball. She followed him he followed her because of high school basketball. You said the opposite.
Just was not on my mind. I didn't think people would be twisting what I had to say like this. He didn't speak to anyone while they was in high school. Okay? I said I messaged him after high school. That was our first time ever.
Well, she said she messaged him at 18, a year after he started following her. So that would have been when she was 17 that she got followed.
For speaking. And it was for...
And then that would have meant that her friend was already being followed at 17. So that could have been earlier. Oh, and did they have communication?
For him to get on one of my beats. And then years later, he did get on one of my beats because he's a real ass fucking nigga. Like, y'all twisting this shit around and making it sound weird.
You don't have to twist it around to make it sound weird that a 29-year-old man is going to girls' high school basketball games, following the players on Instagram, and then DMing them when they turn 18. You don't have to twist anything to make that sound weird, actually.
Are the ones that are really fucking weird.
Okay. From the horse's mouth, I know y'all gonna then say, because you already made your mind up, well, Drake paid her off. Drake is forcing her. Fine. But I could only go off the people who are adults that are saying this now.
Miss you so much?
Yeah. Drake! I'm undecided. I mean, I got a little bit of autism in me, so I don't miss nobody. You know what I mean? That cannot be me.
It's not like he's a teacher. It's not.
Hey, you know what's so funny? The people who want Drake to get this label, half y'all are the same ones who defend Andrew Tate. And Andrew Tate uses the same response. We're the victims, right? The people who are defending Andrew Tate are saying the same thing. We're the victims. Well, in this situation, the victims are actually speaking up. Or they're alleged victims. They're saying there was nothing there. Like this dude he ain't fuck me, nothing like that. And y'all like, nah, fuck that. You're still a victim.
Man, fuck Andrew Tate. Dude, the chat is so based. Hell nah, fuck that.
Hey, whatever. Bro.
It's like he's out, risk you.
You're crazy. Fuck that too.
Outreach or whatever. There's like no reason to be talking to these people. And listen, a lot of ownership be on the parents who allow for these kinds of listen. But like I said,
okay. And
man,
I'll further start adding and adding my opinion about this too. Do I think Drake should be having a relationship or a conversation with women who are below the age of 16? No, I'm not sitting here and defending that. Does that to any normal human being, when you just hear on the surface that a grown man is talking to or even texting a 14-year-old, that sounds creepy. I am agreeing with you, okay? I am telling you, though, and that's not defending his actions. I believe how Drake operates and has always operated is that he tries to stay next to what he thinks is relevant, what he thinks is the next up. I think that little child actress is that Millie Bobby Brown. I don't think he was trying to fuck her. I think she was insanely popular, and he likes to stay next to the heat. Pause on that, not sexually. is the reason why Kai Cenat gets a shout out on his track. Drake, when you know you're at a certain level, when Drake wants to like be in, like, he only hangs out, or he stayed up there by only associated with the relevance. So again, whether it's a 15-year-old male streamer, whether it's a 22-year-old female soccer player, whether it's a 24-year-old basketball player.
Okay, is he texting Kai Cenat, I miss you so much? Is he doing that to Kai Cenat? Are him and Kai Cenat talking about boys? Is he doing that with Kai Cenat? No, he's not, is he? Well, maybe boys with Kai Cenat. Yeah, actually, true. I've seen those old Snapchat photos.
I've seen he's just tried to stay next to anything that he sees as culturally relevant. Now, of course, you could take that and be like, no, well, there's no reason to follow somebody on a women's basketball team.
Texting Kai kicking his feet.
Well, at some point, you're going to have to tell me when his creepiness gets to him text. Like, if somebody showed me the text message of him trying to fuck this chick on her age, I'm like, well, all right, maybe.
You can just see Drake texting and kicking his feet, can't you? You can. So vividly. He's so gay. It's actually crazy. Well, I can picture it.
Have a different discussion.
People in rich or famous areas, they operate in weird ways. You know what I mean? Some of them stop parenting and leave the managers in charge of everything.
The weird thing they would do for the advancement of their kids, the weird shit that they would do. Yep. Some of these parents, whether it's in dance or acting, whatever, some of y'all parents are pimps. And you're pimping the dreams that you had.
Now, with this being said, and they're saying, because by the way, this woman in that first video was saying, yo, her father brought her to the concert. Parents are shitty because when they are faced with economic...
they leave kids around men like Drake. They leave the kids around men like Drake. We know, Ak. We know.
Hardships.
We've seen
or heard of parents putting things in their kids' name that inevitably will fuck up their kids' future just to get by for today. It's very possible that they will forego and ignore the possible trauma their kid could have by using and dangling their kid as a bait for someone in the entertainment industry to do whatever with if they could get some type of benefit. So I'm not going to be like, oh, no, Drake is innocent because the dad brought her. No, parents are shitty, so I'm not saying that neither.
Wait, so what was the point?
Your kids. Yep. Some of y'all are pimps. Let's be honest with each other. The way you guys are operating, but it's good for you. It's good. You're just thinking about the career.
Yeah. And people say, oh, Kendrick just make it. Listen, some of the people that are in OVO are criminals. That's a fact.
What'd you say?
OVO.
Okay. And this is where usually a lot of times these, it's very clear. Like it's recently I've watched these guys. I've been watching like more and more videos. Like I didn't know, who introduced me to them? Fresh and Fit. I had no idea who these guys were. And the more I've watched them,
Drake is a gay man. That's why he probably didn't fuck these chicks.
And so unbiased, and those.
It's probably just about the only Drake defense I can get behind.
Those videos are good, and there's other times when you could tell they have an axe to grind on whatever side, and those videos, especially if you don't agree with them, are not going to be the best, right? Like on anything with Fresh and Fit, like they act like these guys are the worst people ever on earth, right? But even here, you could tell that this guy's biased. He's calling them OV-ho. Like, come on, like you think a guy who
dude, everyone's calling them OV-ho,
who would refer to Drake's group as OV-ho is gonna say, let's chill out and not call him a pedophile? Of course he's gonna believe everything.
The career.
Yeah.
Literally everybody is calling them OV-ho right now. They're a fucking laughing stock.
And people saying, "Oh, Kendrick just make it." Listen, some of the people that are in OVO are criminals. That's a fact.
What'd you say?
OVO.
You said it like that.
Now stab this way, stab this way, stab. So I'll talk about the rap beef at a different date, but I just want to talk about this portion specifically because I think it's telling that people think this is just rap. No, okay. Where there's smoke, there's absolutely fire with this one, and this one's a whole bonfire.
I think it's
in the middle of the woods.
I think it's a rap battle. It's not a beef, but whatever.
That's a beef. When you're bringing up allegations,
I can understand that, but I think it's still a rap battle. Rap battle's been vicious, been known to be vicious, exposing motherfuckers. If you go to rap battle, they go through lengths to expose a motherfucker. The beef thing, what I know from a beef is people dying, people shooting up, and I don't think they're gonna come to that way.
What about if they go into jail? What happened to Diddy? It took one court case from Cassie, and now his ass is looking at jail.
That was not a beef. That was not a. That was not
but my whole point is the difference between rap battles and this shit is because of how mainstream this is, and Kendrick know what he's doing when he's bringing this shit up. You don't think law enforcement might start looking at this shit?
Sure.
Okay, I'm just saying. Does that not go to a beef status if he going to jail potentially? I'm just asking the question.
No.
No. So jail is not beef for you. No. Just murder.
Yeah.
Or attacking someone physically.
Yeah, that's beef.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If that's beef, then I'd rather have beef than whatever the fuck this is. Yeah, boy, come find me and catch a fade one. Yeah, catch a fade one. I would much rather that than be facing 20 years because you exposed to my secrets.
Hey, don't do secrets.
I'm just saying, but hey, maybe y'all feel different.
Don't do secrets.
I get what preachers say.
Don't do secrets then.
This?
If you're supposed to go to jail, you're supposed to go to jail.
This?
If it was over a beef, too bad. On top of that, you self-snitch in songs.
Yeah,
so I'm not saying, it's not something that I went, excuse me, Mr. Prosecutor, this is what I, no. It's like, go.
He is so fucking drunk, dude. You can tell he's fading.
Oh, look at that song and look into it.
Bro, man, he's losing consciousness. It's done. It's done.
Ladies like, and they 17.
He's in his feelings.
Hey, by the way, on the Academy channel, Gainwave, thank you for the 10. It said, yo, Act, the way you're playing these allegation videos, I swear you got something against Drake. You see, this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. You damned if you do, you damned if you don't.
So I think that guy's trolling him and he's replying to it. He said, damn, the way you're playing these allegations videos, I swear you've got something against Drake. Ack, everyone knows you dick ride Drake. They're taking the piss out of you because this looks so bad for Drake.
By the way, on the Academy channel, Gainwave, thank you for the 10. It said, yo, Act, the way you're playing these allegation videos, I swear you got something against Drake. You see, this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. You damned if you do, you damned if you don't. Let me be very clear. If I tell you I don't believe this, but I also just shut out anyone trying to either provide proof or add to the conversation, don't I look biased that way? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no way. You know what I've realized? And by the way, I'll use this as a time to shamelessly plug, okay? The Academy.shop. Yeah, go get the compromise shirt, motherfucker. You get what I mean? Because, you know, it's almost like there's no way for y'all to be like, you know what? I think Ack is just doing this or whatever to be fair.
Dude.
Right? You think I believe this shit? No.
Imagine you see someone wearing this shit in public. Imagine you see someone with an Ack compromised t-shirt in public, bro.
But of course, I'm not going to shut out that opinion out of the conversation.
You're an Ack fan. You're like such an Ack fan that you bought a t-shirt with Ack's face on it. You're an Ack fan? Okay.
Right? Like, it would be like ignoring like an elephant in the room. And after a while, if you do that continually, people are going to be like, bro, you're definitely compromised. You're definitely like very biased. And also, here's the thing too. Brother, I'm a music fan of these guys. I don't know these guys personally. I'm a music fan. I've never met Drake.
My top 5 predators of all time is Drake, 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 Drake.
Let me repeat again. I've never met Drake. Me and Drake, we talk about music. Music. Okay? Please stop making it like we're at war. Please stop making it like I've signed up for some like death allegiance. Or please stop making it like I have an OVO branding on my asshole. Like, that's not what
you
this
do.
Is, okay?
You do.
I like this guy's music. I think I'm one of his biggest fans. I am also a logical person. I could objectively see certain shit and I'd be like, that does look a little weird. But also, I do have enough responsibility to know and to say, I would never dare call someone a pedophile or call someone a rapist or call someone with these titles that historically, especially for black men, once you label them with, it's a scarlet letter that they have to prove.
So he's gone from saying aberrant preacher being too woke to, see, the thing is that calling black men pedophiles. You have to understand the generational trauma in calling a black man a pedophile.
A little weird music. I think I'm one of his biggest fans.
Oh, God.
I am also a logical person. I could objectively see certain shit and I'd be like, that does look a little weird. But also, I do have enough responsibility to know and to say I would never dare call someone a pedophile or call someone a rapist or call someone with these titles that historically, especially for black men, once you label them with, it's a scarlet letter that they have to prove, and it's trying to prove a negative if they're actually innocent. So,
yeah, I don't know a huge amount about Ak, but I just don't believe this. I guarantee he's popped off and called people pedophiles and shit when there wasn't totally evidence. And
for the other side of the aisle, that's like, well, we could tell you'll never admit. It's like, that's not the truth. If you show me Drake having a sexual conversation and I could verify that independently, that's a real conversation with, I don't know, the JoJo or the Millie, whatever. How old is Millie person now? Like, I don't know. And they're like 14, 15.
Yeah, legit. What I love about this stream is that he's like cope binge drinking. So he's getting more and more drunk, but then trying to have like the most difficult conversation, like the conversation that every streamer tells you, oh, don't talk about this on stream. Oh, don't talk about pedophilia defense on stream. Don't try and reason through pedophilia live on stream. Obviously, I do it every day, but you know that's what people say. But he's probably hasn't done this many times before. This is his first time making a lot of these pedophile arguments. So he's just drinking through it, and it's getting worse and worse.
What do you think I'm going to defend it? No, I'm not going to defend it. Like, y'all are acting like, for some people who haven't been here for a while, I'm the person who, hey, without proof, I'm going to not just believe anything. When I was confronted with indisputable proof when it came to a situation with someone who used to be on my stream all the time, someone who slept in my house, you know, someone who I was really, really good friends with, what do you think? Did I just sit here and, no, it is what it is. But there is a hatred for Drake that some of y'all are feeling, and it's okay to say, now I ain't gonna lie, Drake weird for something. That's, bro, if you want to say that, that's fine. Y'all want to call and label a nigga a pedophile. That is just not cool.
I like how the Drake defense is always to go to the pedophile thing, where it's like, yeah, people say pedophile. People say pedophile for everyone online. Where you don't get fucking technical with your definitions when it's anyone else. Only when it's Drake. I'll sit here and I'll say, yeah, I don't think Drake's a pedophile. Yeah, I don't think however many other people that I say aren't pedophiles. But Drake fans, it's only Drake where they care enough to be like, well, technically.
When you want to label or invoke criminal investigations or prosecutions on someone because you don't like whatever, I think that's a problem. Okay. Anyway, before I get back to it, let me do shout out the last couple of people who did order some shit. Smith, what up with you, man? Emmanuel, Dijon, Michael, Latrell. I like that name. Last time I seen somebody with the name Latrell Spreewell. Chris, what up, my boy? Did I say Chris before? No, I didn't. And Arnaldo. That's a dope name. Sounds like a name from like somebody from Peru. All good. All right.
I was behind, but Ak believes women now, but he didn't believe Megan Thee Stallion when she said she got shot by that one guy. I thought that I was under the impression that was just true, wasn't it? I thought she did get shot by that guy. Which guy was it again? Who was it? I remember this being a thing though, wasn't it like in the leg or some shit? Tory Lanez.
So yeah, for the person who said this, I could not believe this bullshit. I personally, I would just want to hear proof. I want to see proof, right? I don't believe it. However, I can't just act like there isn't people aren't trying to like connect dots or whatever the case is, right?
Nobody snitching on you.
So it's a rap.
That's you.
To me, it's not a
okay?
beef.
You should never be holding a 14-year-old like this.
I've heard more vicious shit in rap battles than this.
Yeah.
Vicious stuff.
Yo, Drake is definitely into young ones. And anyone who's telling themselves otherwise, I want y'all to explain all them conversations you be having with 14-year-olds. Go ahead, and I'll wait. I'll wait. I want you guys to give me the reason why a 30-year-old is out here going on dates and hanging out and texting about dating and boys
in the foot.
with 14-year-olds. And I'll tell you what it is. You ready for the word? This is actually one of the few times you can use it. Preach, drum roll, grooming.
The word is grooming?
This is actually grooming. You think this is actually grooming? Think about what's happening. He meets them when they're 14.
It's so over.
Talks to them about dating. So he's inserting himself, okay? And then once they hit 18, they're going on dates and they hugging up and shit. I've never been with no one underage, but now I understand why this is the angle that you really mess with. Just for clarity, I feel disgusted. I'm too respected. If I was fucking young girls, I promise I'd have been arrested. I'm too famous for the shit you just suggested. How many super famous guys have been caught with underage people and been doing it for a long time?
Nobody.
How long did R. Kelly operate, even though this man was hanging outside high schools waiting to pick up high schoolers?
A couple months, stops.
Nail biting. Oh, no.
You know how many famous dudes get away with diddling young kids all the time? It's Drake and Kendrick.
I don't know, man.
I feel like that's what everyone's talking about.
Is Kendrick beating his wife?
I don't think people are talking about it. Are they? I think that was briefly mentioned, and everyone's back to Drake like, does he?
That's why also this is like...
explain.
You know, not to compare both possible crimes, but let's say, and by the way, I'm going to be honest with you, I kind of think Drake is lying until I see further proof. Like, yeah, there's an article about the whole Kendrick thing, but his wife ain't talking about it. Like,
well, listen, guys, I don't believe it when Drake says something that doesn't map onto like any real reality, any substantiated reality. So I don't believe it when Kendrick says something that does map onto real verified things that I can watch happen and have just watched happen.
Apparently that got redacted. Like, I don't know, like the whole angle that Kendrick beat his wife, and this is, you should know I'm being objective. Bro, I kind of don't believe that neither. And maybe it could be true, but like I didn't see enough proof to like call Kendrick a woman beater.
Total
like,
centrist.
I'm sorry.
Total centrist. Ascended Drake, average Drake centrist. Ascended Kendrick Lamar, Drake beef centrist. Where's the video again? Where is it? Fuck.
Yeah, I think Kendrick won.
Bro, you guys actually care about that shit?
What? So do you.
No, but like you really care, bro. They don't know who you are, bro.
You were just glazing Drake.
It's Monday. Y'all don't got work or...
Oh my God.
Like you're worried about Twitter. You need to be worried about Indeed, bro. You need to be worried about LinkedIn.
So now all of a sudden you're just not a Drake fan.
I'm a music fan.
Okay.
Before anything, bro. I'm a fan of music, first and foremost. So,
all right, bro.
Like, I'm just enjoying all these new songs.
Okay, if you're not biased, then who won?
Who won?
Yeah.
Us, bro.
Oh, my
as
God,
fans.
bro.
Can't you see that?
No.
It's not about sides. Like, you guys are on Genius trying to dissect lyrics. How about you try to be a genius?
What?
You ever thought about that?
Okay, but you were not saying this 2 days ago.
You got to know the right time to back out. Choose yourself. Choose peace.
You're not J. Cole, bro.
You know, don't be worried about outside sources.
Wait, bro. Kendrick just dropped again.
No, what did he say?
Oh, wait, no, never mind. No, he didn't. False alarm.
Oh.
What the fuck was that?
I was worried about Adonis, bro.
Okay.
I was worried about Lil Bro.
Okay. I was worried about Lil Bro. Oh, no. Come on. Don't be like... Lyrics has got a... I've done a terrible thing. I fucked up. Lyrics saying, new rule going forward. If someone getting accused does a horrible job defending themselves, or if there's enough red flags and weird behavior, example, Drake, it's just a bad look to defend them extensively and reflects poorly on me. It's just not worth it. If they made their bed, good luck. Okay, I mean, the follow-up tweet's not so bad, actually. I thought he was saying he's just going to totally back down if the dog pile's too big, basically. That's how it sounds. Of course, going to continue saying, if there's not enough evidence, then you can't say anything definitive. Example, pedo. But there's like 10 red flags. Can't help just defend you anymore. Don't want this reputation of always defending the accused. Won't be good in the long run. This is bad, because it's not... I hate this mindset. I do hate this mindset. This is the same shit Nick DeOrio says, and I've argued with him, I think, about it before, where it's like, well, why the fuck do you care whether someone's defending themselves or what the optics are? It should be about, if you've got an opinion on something and you think you can defend it, you can do it in an entertaining way, then you will never suffer for that. You just have to, well, you will suffer for it. You might take the hit, but I feel like it's always worth it in the end. The issue is when you're like Tipster, who just throws himself into stuff that he can't defend, that he doesn't have a good argument for, and that he's not entertaining about. That's the problem with people like that. Like, if you've got a take on some shit, you should just you should be just saying it. Obviously, riding super hard and making a big vindication video, maybe not the play every time. But, I mean, that's... I think Lyrics maybe does go a little bit. He just needs to, I think, more than what he's saying here, I think this new rule stuff, this is retarded. He just needs to take, like, just to, like, not go in so hot-headed on one side. But that's, like, something you probably have to fuck up a couple times before you realize. Stylo, you're such a fucking asshole. Lyrics is cool. I like Lyrics. But this is, I don't like the attitude of, oh, I don't want people saying this thing about me, so I'm not going to speak my mind on these topics. I mean, that's not quite what he's saying, but it's getting to, it's that sort of mindset. I hate the way that he walks, the way that he thinks. Is the Loicon Lyrics nickname getting to him? I don't think it gets to him when, like, if like me or Chud fuck around or like Toastify says some shit about it. I don't, that he seems to like roll with that, but like if people that fucking hate him and obviously hate him and actually think he's a pedophile start saying it, like, I think it does probably bother him. Like the comments on that video that Chud put up or the DK put up are, I was borderline going in there defending Lyrics. I was like, oh yeah. There's some guy in there who said, like, what was it? It was some fucking, like, the most retarded shit I've ever seen. I'm just reading the comments about someone else as well. This is, like, new levels of a one-guying. There's someone's like, I don't know why any of these guys hang around Lyrics. He's such a weirdo, so many red flags. It's like, what the fuck? Lyrics is obviously not a fucking, like, pedo or rapist or some shit. He's just fucking 20 and figuring this shit out and doing it live. Like, you're such a fucking queer if you're saying shit like that. I just can't even... Like, I can't believe these guys are hanging out with it. Like, fuck, you fucking weirdo. Crazy. And it's all just based on, like... oh, you liked some stuff on Twitter. You liked some stuff on Twitter back in the day. And personally, I think those drawings are pretty gross. Alright, dude. Yeah, that's how I determine, you know... who's worth talking to is, what did you like on Twitter 2 years ago? You lied about the... So dumb. It's crazy. It's crazy. I can only imagine that most of the people that go after Lyrics are like younger than him. Because I feel like no one... Like, how are you like a 25 plus? Like, I just say that because I'm in this mindset, so I can only speak for myself. But how are you my age or older? And you're like going at someone, picking at someone endlessly, trying to make them, not just picking them was one thing, because you all pick at Lyrics for it, but making someone seem like a bad person for some maybe slight sexual interest they expressed online when they were like 17, 18. Like, you're actually thinking they're a bad person because they liked some stuff on Twitter that betrays a slight, strange sexual interest. Okay. You sound like Big Ack. Drake was 29. Oh, crying now. Yeah, I am crying. I am crying. I'm coping. Lyrics is my Drake, okay? It is funny. Yeah, pick at him for it. Call him Lolicon Lyrics, whatever. You know, it's just funny. But it's the people who are acting like he's a fucking, some awful fucking pedo. It's so stupid. I mean, even Mr. Sen said on a Food Shop stream, he said, listen, Food Shops, I understand now, you should never judge someone for a drawing. Whose fault is it that they think Lolly is pedo, Lyrics made them think that? That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. That's just not true. You know it all comes from like the sector shit and Orgy. And Lyrics simply was entering that arena and had to play by those rules. So he's a coward. Everyone's a coward at like 17 or 16 whenever Lyrics started putting fucking videos out, dude. No one's gonna fucking stand on business for some super controversial take online with thousands of people watching. Stylo. Okay, yeah, all right. Well, you want no shot you on streams on fucking like Augie's stream or fucking talking to Turkey Tom on these late night commentary things. You were not at that level when you were fucking 16, 17 style. I don't believe you that you were talking in front of that many people. You did not have that many eyes on you. You did not have to suffer that level of blowback. Right, I was on bigger streams. Being pro lolicon, were you defending pedos on bigger streams? Because I remember it. People would even go crazy at that age. Or at that age, around that time. People would go crazy if you even did stuff like defend Adam from Your Movie Sucks fucking vegan dog fucking take. You know, the if you eat animals, you should be able to fuck them. Even that was difficult to get away with defending back in the day. What kind of sentence was that? Well, it's pretty simple, isn't it? If it's morally okay to kill something, it should be morally okay to rape it. Killing's worse than rape. Why can you kill it but not rape it? That's the argument, isn't it? And then people say stuff like, "Oh, but we need food, so it's okay to kill animals. So we don't need meat. We're pretty much past that point. But even let's say we're not. Hypothetically, we are. Okay. YMS Adam is also a furry, so there's that incentive. Yeah, for sure. But it's difficult to see the flaw in the logic of the take. I don't really know how you argue against it. It's like it's obvious like killing's worse than rape. Yeah, I agree. Well, yeah, exactly. The argument is just that ish weird, like that weird, bruh. You a freak. You a fan. That's the argument. In my high school, if you rolled around with a Death Cab for Cutie shirt, you would be called a F slur immediately. Maybe times have changed. Lyrics isn't in high school, is he? He's like 20. So is there actually evidence of Drake being a pedo, or is everyone just memeing and being retarded? Well, Benny, I know you're a big fan of Mr. Girl, so no, there's no evidence of Drake being a pedophile. No. I've never seen him express sexual interest in prepubescent children. And there's no reason to believe that even if he has had sexual interest in prepubescent children, that is primary or exclusive. So no, Benny, to answer your question there. But I noticed there seems to be a retarded false dichotomy going on that Ak has been doing in this VOD. Where people go, "Oh, well, is there any evidence for Drake being a pedo or are people being retarded?" It's like, well, those aren't the only two claims, because he's been called at various points pedophile, groomer, predator, and there's varying levels of evidence for each claim. Yes, there's evidence of him being a groomer or predator. There's not proof of him grooming anyone, but he has, on numerous occasions, been involved in close relationships with young teenage girls where they talk about boys and say how much they miss each other, as well as meeting women at around 15 or 16 and then dating them once they turn 18, as well as a situation where he asked a girl on stage what her age was, and then after asking her what her age was, she said 17. I believe she was actually a week till 17, but that's not really important. She said 17, and then Drake says, "I can't go to jail yet," and then says, "Your breast felt nice on my chest," then kisses her on the cheek, the other cheek, the forehead, then the mouth, and then sends her off. No, it was like 25. It was 14 years ago. So he would have been 23. That concert was in Colorado, apparently, not in Canada. Colorado age of consent. 17 in most cases. Whew. Drizzy. He had that shit memorized, for sure. It happened in 2009. He's like 37 right now. Yeah, sure, but that's the oldest example, right, Benny? And then they continue. Like he's texting Millie Bobby Brown, I miss you so much. And talking about boys. And she says about the advice Drake, she's asked, oh, what sort of advice does Drake give you about boys? And she says, oh, that stays in the DMs. Not mentioning that they met not because they met by happenstance, but because they were both in the same hotel and Drake sent his managers to contact her family and get her to come to a concert with him. Or her to come to his concert and then hang out after the show. And then they kept meeting, going on private dinner dates. She even brags, we met in Sydney, we met in Melbourne, we met in LA, we had dinner together, he's so nice. And then Hailey Bieber, he met when she was about 16, and then dated when she was 18 or 19. Then Kylie Jenner, he was at her 16th, but he was booked for her 16th birthday party, and there's a picture of him like manhandling her and kissing her. Yeah, sure. Hailey Bieber, he knew from 16 or 15, I think, and then dated at 18 or 19. He's a known fan of women's high school basketball, even referencing a high school basketball team in one of his songs. And he followed one of the players at 17 years old, and then proceeded to follow her friend at 17 years old, and then spoke to her a year later, and then made music with her 2 years later. There was no beats involved in the first place. It was pure high school basketball at first. Exactly. Isn't Drake getting baited once by a 17-year-old OVO, fuck me, deliberately going after high schoolers, waiting for them to turn 18? Exactly. That I don't understand why you're... So the girl he knew initially is his goddaughter. I've not seen that claim anywhere. High school basketball goddaughter. And then why is he following her friends at 17? That doesn't explain that either. I mean, Benny, if you can find that goddaughter claim somewhere, go for it. But I can't see that. Drake goddaughter with some more thoughts on Twitter. What's this? Because the girl, little Cece, her response to it did not say anything about any goddaughters. She said that Drake didn't speak to anyone until they were in college. But that's not true. Or it might be true, but he was following them when they were in high school. That is true. Why is Reddit not loading? Is Reddit broken, or is this me? No. Kankamore? No. That's crazy. That's a crazy explanation. First of all, goddamn it, why do you look like that? It's like, yeah, sure, that's fine. No one thought he was deliberately picking an underage girl, I don't think there. But it's the point that once he learns, or you don't even have to make that interpretation, it's his actions after he knows the age. He says, your breast feels so good against my chest. Why do you look like that? I can't go to jail. Says to the audience, you guys are getting me worked up. You're going to get me in trouble. Well, that's just before he asks the age, that bit. And then he goes over to her, and he doesn't just kiss her hand. He kisses her hand, and he gets closer, and he kisses one cheek. That's enough. If you want to not embarrass her, and you want to do something, that's enough. But then it's the next cheek, and then it's the forehead, and then it's a side, head-tilted kiss on the lips. Like he's going in to fucking make out with her. There's no shot you can go, oh yeah, he just did that to not embarrass her. That just does not make sense. Well, that's the thing. The Italian excuse works when it's like your kid, right? You don't get to kiss other people's kids on the mouth as an Italian, okay? Like Drake is a spawn camper, out and out. That is the bare minimum. It is that he is a spawn camper. There's also significant circumstantial evidence that he's also a groomer. And I would say spawn camping is predatory. I'd say sitting on that line, like constantly sitting on that line of consent, That's predatory. Making a concerted effort to aim there. What's the goal there? It's not just about how the women look, because there are plenty of women that, like, you know, look about the same as those 17 or 18, 19-year-olds look. Because he's going for the ones that look quote-unquote hot, right? And then getting them as soon as they're legal. It's not about how they look, really, because you could get like a 20-year-old woman who looks like that and then just trade her in for a new 20-year-old woman, you know, DiCaprio style. But he is going for the youngest, the most malleable, naive, constantly hyper-focused, targeted. You know, personally, that's red flags where it's like, okay, I mean, you've probably crossed a line here or there, I would imagine. If you're playing with that line that much, I imagine you've probably crossed the line a little bit. But you don't even have to make that statement. I think it's bad enough on its own. I think it's like, okay, yeah, this is already like, you're like a freak. You're a fan. You're a fan. This should not be encouraged behavior. It may not be prosecutable, but it should not be encouraged behavior. Nobody should be saying, oh yeah, this is epic and cool, and it's based that Drake's making songs about how young and inexperienced the girls you go for are. Yeah, pretty sure the claim about the goddaughter was something else, not the high school basketball. Okay, yeah, so we've got no good reason for Drake to be at the girls' high school basketball game. Okay. You'd be surprised by some of the skills on display at the girls' high school basketball game. Honestly, it's actually he loves the sport. What else can you say? Okay, let's finish. We should finish the act coverage. You're right. There's only 2 minutes left on it.
Love labeling, you know.
Let's run it back.
His line until I see.
I don't think people are talking about that, are they? I think that was briefly mentioned, and everyone's back to Drake like, does he?
That's why also this is like, you know, not to compare both possible crimes, but let's say, and by the way, I'm going to be honest with you, I kind of think Drake is lying until I see further proof. Like, yeah, there's an article about the whole Kendrick thing, but his wife ain't talking about it. Like, apparently that got redacted. Like, I don't know, like, the whole angle that Kendrick beat his wife, and this is, you should know I'm being objective. Bro, I kind of don't believe that neither. And maybe it could be true, but like, I didn't see enough proof to like call Kendrick a woman beater. Like, I'm sorry. Y'all love labeling, you know, men these titles that they can't shake.
So I believe the evidence for Kendrick being a woman beater is 1, Drake said it, and 2, one interview with someone who was apparently a security guard back in 2014 who said that he beat up a woman. These are the pieces of evidence for that. So for Drake, grooming, you've got numerous confirmed relationships with underage women that he later slept with as adults. Within a year or so of them turning adults. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if Kendrick's a woman beater. And I don't know if Drake likes young girls or is a pedophile to what y'all are saying. Like, all right.
Do you have an 11-year-old?
What is it? There's Hailey Bieber, Bella Harris. He knew before turning adults, slept with once they turned adults, watches high school basketball, followed multiple girls' high school basketball players, was FaceTiming Madison Beer at age 18. There's all these allegations. I keep hearing people say that he was following like every high schooler in Toronto. When he was 24, he was in the Justin Bieber music video for Baby and hugging a high schooler. Well, I mean, that's not... I feel like counting like he hugged someone in a music video. That's not... Who gives a fuck? Toronto girls don't graduate high school without going through Drake first. Is there a source? Do we have a source? I'm interested in this. Because like, if you're following like every fucking high school girl in your home city, like, come on. As a celebrity, you can't be doing that shit. You know what you're doing. You're opening the door. You're opening that door for them to approach you. That's what you're doing. You're using Instagram like Tinder. That is you swiping. because you know that they know. Let's look this up. Google Drake Toronto high schoolers following. That sounds like good keywords. Reddit. That's how you get actual results on Google. Okay, here's one. Here's one we've got. Drake has followed this girl I knew since she was 15. Obviously, this could be faked. Could be faked. It's a very good fake. Like, this is a lot of thought gone into this fake here, if this is fake. Because this is, old Google Photos screenshot of a Snapchat conversation. They not like us. This is 2018 here. A 2018 Google Photos upload of a screenshot. Why does Drake follow you? So this looks like some random girl on Instagram. UBC 28. So that would mean she's starting college this year, right? Is that 4 years? Followed by Champagne Pappy. Like, why is Drake just following random girls that are just right at the edge of high school? Why are you doing that? This isn't a big person. 1,800 followers on Instagram. Literally any whore with a pair of tits can get that. This is just nuts behavior. You are, like I said, listen, it's a gay comparison, but it's legit. It's the Homelander thing. It's like, who's going to say no to Drake? You ain't saying no to Drake. You're going for Drake. You're a high school girl. You're sucking Drake's dick. It's happening. Whether you like it or not, okay? You're a high school girl in Toronto. You're sucking Drake's dick whether you like it or not, alright? Okay. Wait, did I get rid of the fucking Ak video? I'm retarded.
That way? I'm the person who, hey, without proof, I'm going to not just believe anything. When I was confronted with indisputable proof when it came to a situation with someone who used to be on my stream all the time, someone who slept in my house, you know, someone who I was really, really good friends with. What do you think? Did I just sit here and no? It is what it is. But there is a hatred for Drake that some of y'all are feeling, and it's okay to say, now I ain't gonna lie, Drake weird for something. That's, bro, if you want to say that, that's fine. Y'all want to call and label a nigga a pedophile. That is just not cool. When you want to label or invoke criminal investigations or prosecutions on someone because you don't like whatever, I think that's a problem, okay? Anyway, before I get back to it, let me do shout out the last couple of people who did order some shit. Smith, what up with you, man? Emmanuel, Dijon, Michael, Latrell. I like that name. Last time I seen somebody with the name Latrell Spreewell. Chris, what up, my boy? Did I say Chris before? No, I didn't. And Arnaldo. That's a dope name. Sounds like a name from like somebody from Peru. All good. All right. So yeah, for the person who said this, I could not believe this bullshit. I personally, I would just want to hear proof. I want to see proof, right? I don't believe it. However, I can't just act like there isn't people aren't trying to like connect dots or whatever the case is, right?
Nobody snitching on you.
So it's a rap battle.
That's you.
To me, it's not a
okay?
beef.
You should never be holding a 14-year-old like this.
I've heard more vicious shit in rap battles than this. Yeah. Vicious stuff.
Yo, Drake is definitely into young ones. And anyone who's telling themselves otherwise, I want y'all to explain all them conversations you be having with 14-year-olds. Go ahead, and I'll wait. I'll wait. I want you guys to give me the reasons why a 30-year-old is out here going on dates and hanging out and texting about dating and boys with 14-year-olds. And I'll tell you what it is. You ready for the word? This is actually one of the few times you can use it. Preach, drum roll, grooming. The
word is grooming?
This is actually grooming. You think this is actually grooming. Think about what's happening. He meets them when they're 14, talks to them about dating. So he's inserting himself, okay? And then once they hit 18, they're going on dates and they hugging up and shit. I've never been with no one underage, but now I understand why this is the angle that you really mess with. Just for clarity, I feel disgusted. I'm too respected. If I was fucking young girls, I promise I'd have been arrested. I'm too famous for the shit you just suggested. How many super famous guys have been caught with underage people and been doing it for a long time?
Nobody.
How long did R. Kelly operate, even though this man was hanging outside high schools waiting to pick up high schoolers?
A couple of months, stops.
What a dumbass saying, I'm too famous. Do you know how many famous dudes get away with diddling young kids all the time? Is Drake a predator?
I don't know, man.
I feel like that's what everyone's talking about.
Is Kendrick beating his wife?
I don't think people are talking about that. Are they? I think that was briefly mentioned, and everyone's back to Drake like, does he?
That's why also this is like, you know, not to compare both possible crimes, but let's say, and by the way, I'm going to be honest with you, I kind of think Drake is lying until I see further proof. Like, yeah, there's an article about the whole Kendrick thing, but his wife ain't talking about it. Like, apparently that got redacted. Like, I don't know, like, the whole angle that Kendrick beat his wife, and this is, you should know I'm being objective. Bro, I kind of don't believe that neither. And maybe it could be true, but, like, I didn't see enough proof to, like, call Kendrick a woman beater. Like, I'm sorry. Y'all love labeling, you know, men these titles that they can't shake. Yeah, I don't know if Kendrick's a woman beater, and I don't know if Drake likes young girls or is a pedophile to what y'all are saying. Like, all right.
Do you have an 11-year-old? Some big questions being raised. And it's interesting to me because it feels like rap beats today are so different in that regards. It ain't even about the bars half the time now. It feels like who's got the dirt, who got the tea.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what can be proven.
And you know what?
Think of like his previous beef. Think about Drake versus Pusha T.
Yeah.
Does anybody remember half the bars?
I don't remember.
I don't think a person can name a single bar on top of their head for most people at home.
I remember one thing. Drake! The one that tried to hide the kids from the world, but the world would hide that's where the kid came from.
Him hiding the kid. Also the blackface. Because the cover art.
Yeah.
Cover art of these rap beats is really important, apparently.
Yes, because that's what you... Think about this. Think about this. Coconut in Barbados.
Coconuts in Barbados.
But think about this. The way that you consume music now is by streaming. So if you're in your car, or even if you listen to satellite radio, what's going to come up is the cover art.
True.
And I listen to satellite radio, and they've been...
All right.